Yeah, oh, hey. Hey. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just got back from, me and the Weeknd just got back from a rowdy night. I don't know if you saw. It's crazy. So I just, it didn't get much sleep, but not gonna let my performance at the halftime show stop me from reading the paper for my devoted following. So here I am, Monday at the Super Bowl. Good game. Good game for the Bucs. Not so much for the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Bucs fans don't really care. Tom Brady doesn't really care. He's got his 7th ring. The Weeknd probably doesn't care too much. He put on quite the performance last night, I think. Unfortunately, though, a lot of his audio, I feel like wasn't synced up with the video the whole entire time. So while I'm not sure. I don't think he was lip syncing the entire time. It's hard to tell because the audio video was kind of like not, just meshing there. Although, regardless, dude's got some jams. And I was okay with it. So, let's see if the any coverage of the game made the paper today. Came in a plastic wrap today. I mean, a clear plastic wrap. It always comes in a plastic wrap. Of course, as we know from past reads. By the way, it's Monday, February 8th, 2021, the day after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 55. Today's paper looks like this, everybody. Today's paper looks like this. By the way, I have the fans, both in-person fans, to my left and my right. Grace, Marley. So it might be a little bit of distractions on Monday. Monday reads tend to be this way, though. Hey, I'm right. So we just get to separate in sections. I really wasn't in the halftime show, right? I really wasn't there. I mean, you couldn't really tell who was there in terms of backup dancers because of the bandages. And you should read more about the whole shtick with that, the whole backstory. It's just not just one night of bandages. This is a whole weekend thing I've learned. Anyway, I wasn't there. I just thought it would be kind of a funny gag. Separate sections. Excuse me, region. Everybody good down here? Dad's been trying to get through this pretty quick today. Although Daddy says this pretty much every day. Business. I do tend to say I'm going to get through this quick, and then 40 minutes pass, and I'm rushing around to get her on the bus. Sports? No thorough Super Bowl coverage. However, I do see at the top of the front section, Brady brings home 7th title, this time for the Buccaneers. 31-9. All right, let's get started right off the bat with sports, as we typically do. Oh, gotta get my cheat sheet out. Okay, got it. Done. Cheat sheet in hand. I mean, obviously, the big sports story yesterday was SB 55, starring the one and only GOAT. I think it's safe to say, even for the haters, Tom Brady. But at the same time, whoa, spoke way too soon. Front page piece right here is Gronkster. Got 2 TDs last night. Right, guys? 2 TDs for Gronk. Bruce Almighty, Bruce Arians, and Brady win one for the ages. One for the ages, they say. Brady completed 21 of 29 passes. for 201 yards and 3 TDs against the Chiefs. He was named Super Bowl MVP and collected his 7th NFL title in 10 appearances. So those who had the line of over, I think it was over 249 yards passing was what I saw on FanDuel last night. Missed it by 48 yards if you went with the over. If you went with 2 touchdowns or more, though, you're in good shape. It's sitting pretty this morning, depending if you didn't bet on anything else. You might have. And lost those bets. I don't know. Just make sure you're doing it responsibly. Okay. I was hoping for a closer game. Not gonna lie, I didn't want the Bucs to win from the start, but I like to see a little bit closer of a game. Arians, 68 years old, became the oldest coach in history Sunday night to win the Super Bowl. Mahomes just didn't have it last night. Just didn't have it. They really shut him down. What was his stats? What was his final yards passing for Mahomes? I don't see it here. Yeah, there you go. Doink. Well, listen, there's a lot of coverage on the Super Bowl. Like a lot. Like it was a thing. And it was nice, actually. I mean, I don't know about you, but it was nice to have this spectacle that was live that, at least for that halftime show that I'm mocking, that I thought was actually somewhat entertaining. All those people on the field, it's like, whoa, I haven't seen that many people in one place without, like, clear masks on their face. The surgical mask, the blue mask thing, or any other kind of mask. But it was clever because the masks that they were wearing were actually the bandages, so they can get away with not having to wear, like, that traditional mask we all see because they had the bandages on. So they could do that whole choreography dance together. And it looked a little bit less COVID times. So that was neat. Anyway, you got plenty of Super Bowl coverage if you want to see anywhere beyond the newspaper. I know that one shot of the Weeknd in that kind of behind the scenes light hallway where he's spinning around and the camera's in his face. That's like the meme. That became a meme like a second after it happened. So all I kept seeing on Twitter was that meme of the Weeknd. It's a trend. It's trending. And you will see it going forward. At least in the immediate future. Quick trending update for you. New York Knicks got Derick Rose in a trade with the Pistons. Oh, yeah? All right. Well, why don't you just have your bottle and then if you just ate it, then everybody will be happy. You, me. All right, so he'll be reunited with Tom Thibodeau in New York. I knew going in that the sports section, was going to be focused here on the Super Bowl, even if the Flyers also won 7-4. Big win over the Capitals. It was one of those like back and forth battles. It was good. A lot of scoring, obviously. 11 goals total. Scott Laughton had his first hat trick of his career. The line of Farabee-Laughton and JVR, speaking of Scott Laughton, looking good so far. 4 games ago, Flyers coach Alain Vigneault put together a line. Whoa. Yes. Put together a line that had Scott Laughton centering James Van Riemsdyk and Joel Farabee. Think about that line. People might say, I don't know if that's going to work. Vigneault says, not so fast, amateurs. They've been, without a doubt, our most efficient line, he said. I think a lot of that has to do with how James is playing. He's playing the right way. He's playing the right way defensively. He's on the forecheck. He's got a great stick, and he's creating turnovers. He's been a force for us, and that whole line has developed some chemistry. Can they continue that chemistry tomorrow night, again, against the Caps? Sixers will next play. Give me a moment. Scanning. Where you at, basketball? Where you at? There you are. Tomorrow, it's Kings, Sacramento. Interesting here, I saw the Red Wings snap a 9-game winless streak, beating the Panthers 4-1. It's a long winless streak, won't you say? Long time. For a really, historic, original 6 franchise. Okay. Weather in the city and in the suburbs, as a matter of fact. A partly sunny day today. Those with kids, those without kids, anybody can enjoy a partly sunny day. Low of 23 today, though. Kind of cold. Not getting above the freezing mark. You okay? Yeah. We're still seeing those icicles off the clouds. Yeah, next week or so. Sunset, Marley, 5:29. Okay. Sports. Done. What do you guys think about business? You want to do business? Can I put you back in your little seat here, you think, for a little bit? Get your focus on this bottle? Okay. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Wink. Hi. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Try that. Yeah. Like buzzards following wolves, it's less like a revolution than another sign that U.S. stock values are inflating. This is another GameStop drawing, apparently. Or, I don't know if it's the exact article specifically on the GameStop, but it's definitely extending from that story. It went up fast and came down fast. Who won? By the end of last week, you could buy a share of GameStop for $64, a fat discount from the $300 plus you would have needed on January 27th. GameStop, a money-losing Texas-based retail chain, was among several stocks of social media promoters. Okay, all right, Joseph DiStefano, thank you for this. I'm sure there's more in here that we might know, we need to know, or might be new in this saga we've all been well informed about. So let's move on from that, okay? Virtual meetups just not the same. Access to co-working resources has become challenging, which can create a gap in who is able to advance their ideas. What do you think, guys? Do you think there's a gap in who's available to advance their ideas because of virtual meetups? They both think that's true. I can tell. See? I often think entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, said Jennifer Maker, CEO of the co-working space 1776. There's ups and downs, and you need other people that are going through the same highs and lows to kind of balance what you're feeling. There's so much harder to connect with someone that you've never met over a computer, she said. You know? What do you think? Guys, right? It's not as easy making that virtual connection. That's all we have right now, though. Moving through business pretty quick. Landing on one of our most cherished segments. that everybody looks forward to every day. God bless you. Not a sneeze. Not a sneeze from a 4-month-old. Not 2 sneezes even. But CAROLYN X, advice comments extraordinaire. Let's get to what CAROLYN's got to say today regarding what's happened in somebody's life and her feelings about it. Question. 2 years ago, my wife went back to work after being a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. The transition caused a lot of tension in our marriage. We were constantly fighting over chores, meals, pickups, drop-offs, teacher conferences, and the like. The quality of our sex life suffered too. I asked my wife to consider quitting her job. She barely makes enough to clear the cost of commuting and childcare. She refused. Because aren't you curious about hearing what's going on with this person in their life? I mean, can't I just get 5 minutes to read about what's going on with this person's life? And CAROLYN's take? Thanks. Things got to the point where we agreed to go to therapy. Well, that's a good decision. As the appointment neared, I thought all of our friends who went through this process only to get divorced in the end. It made no sense to waste all that time, effort, and money, so I told my wife we should just separate and start the divorce proceedings. Sounds to me, I don't know, it sounds to me like this guy is like just trying to get out of the relationship. So let's just skip all the work. Just go right to cutting ties. You would have thought I'd suggested sacrificing one of our own children. I am now staying at my brother's, and my wife refuses to speak with me. We're communicating by text only. My children are distraught. My wife is not doing what's best for them right now. What do I need to do so my wife will calm down and look at this rationally? I know I should have prepared her better, but what's done is done, and we need to move forward. This guy kind of sounds like a little bit of a not the most supportive guy. Answer. CAROLYN says, your friends all divorced, so let's go. Are you serious? You're the irrational one, brah. I added the brah. She doesn't really write B-R-A-H. I just thought it called for a brah. And you're choosing divorce as a solution to carpool hassles. Wow. Because she wanted to make it easy for you. You do realize how severely it compromises people's career and financial prospects to leave the workforce to raise children. Right, Grace? And therefore how much she'd sacrifice by dropping out again beyond that income you scoff at. You do realize you dropped the bomb. It's distressing your kids. You are not doing what's right for them right now. Maybe your wife isn't either, but your job is to fix your mistakes, and you don't even think you made any. I'm gobsmacked. You don't hear often that CAROLYN's gobsmacked. When you hear she's gobsmacked, it's time to take notice. It's so bloodless, I hesitate to advise reconciling, for their sakes. So I'll stay here. The formula for division of child-rearing labor is you do 100% and your co-parent does 100%. Very good. Both people do 100%. Everybody's happy. Just look at it that way and stop finger pointing and bean counting who should be doing what. These are your kids, and they're already halfway grown. You should be fighting to do pickups, not get out of them. The first part of enlightenment is extracting head from dark place. Damn. CAROLYN says, dude, I have no time for you. And now we read over CAROLYN's evisceration of that young man. Everybody, the peanut gallery. This guy got a lot of noise going on right now. What's up? Yeah. She's been like getting better using her hands to hold the bottle herself. She's not doing it now, but she's been getting better. It's been pretty cool to watch. Today's horoscope bogus? Could the horoscope after Super Bowl be especially super? We'll find out. Madeline, what do you have to say? Scorpio, today makes you restless. New places and new ideas would refresh you. Purchase a couple of newly published books, or vary the routes you travel and see the neighborhood from a different perspective. Variety is a must. Catch up with a sibling or neighbor. It's a lot. It's a lot in there for me to have to take care of today. Madeline, you really put a lot of pressure on me. I got to buy some books. I got to take a different way to work or anywhere I go. If it's just a regular supermarket trip, I got to wind myself around different parts of the neighborhood. I got to call a sibling or a neighbor and talk to them about their lives. It's a lot. I'm pretending I didn't see this today. Is it okay, guys, if I just ignore the advice column in the horoscope today? Okay. What the region? One region, and then nope. Then we're gonna get to. Then we're gonna get to front page, front section. No, we're done. And the Monday read, everybody. Yeah, it was a pretty like rapid snowfall happened in like a couple hours yesterday over the chunk of the day, afternoon time. And then I went out and shoveled heavy snow, and then it was gone, and then that was it. Everybody okay? All right, I'm gonna get to the region now. So that an officer was charged with a DUI accident. The off-duty staffer is accused of driving his car into a house in the Northeast, killing or injuring 2 people, and killing a dog. Oh no. An off-duty Philadelphia police officer was charged with drunken driving and other offenses after the car he was driving Saturday night crashed into a Northeast residence, critically injuring one of the homeowners, harming the other, and killing one of the couple's dogs. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Monday reads are the most hectic reads. Probably. It's a hectic read. Officer Gregory Campbell, 27, assigned to the 14th District in Germantown, was arrested and charged with DUI, aggravated assault, and related offenses stemming from the 8:20 p.m. crash. Yeah, I don't agree with it either, Grace. I don't think people should be crashing into the car. You alright? You alright, kid? Okay. I'm just being a dad. Just doing what dads do. I'm not gonna walk out like that guy. Why would I do that? That's not being a dad. It's not being a good dad or husband. Whoa! You gotta have values. You gotta name your values. Family. You know? Loving relationships. You gotta name them. And then you gotta pursue them. That's my take. Speaking of which, these people who passed, you know, they had values. They probably lived by life of values. And now they're gone. And here's Anne-Marie Trullo. We read about her yesterday. She's a pioneering woman. You know? Louis Labe. Passed away at 86 on February 1st. All right, Grace passed away. Louis Labe. They call him Louis. That's what they have here in the column. L-O-U-I-E. Louis. Louis J. Labe. L-A-I-B. Small obit on him here, though. Not much. Not even a picture. Rest in peace, Louis. Doesn't matter. Still should rest in peace. A lot of people here. You got Stanley Sullivan, who passed peacefully, surrounded by his family, February 5th in Aston. Right? Yeah. He worked as a credit and collections manager, and he served in the Army. You gotta hand it to him there. Served in the Army. You know, served his country. Got a couple nuns, Sister Mary Ann and Sister M. Judith Ann, both passed. I turn to this page and I spend some time on this section, as you all know, every day because it's important. It's important to let people who have gone before us have the time and respect deserved. Wouldn't you want the same done for you? Wouldn't you want your time on this earth to be reflected upon? Well, I'm just laying my own groundwork. That sounds selfish. I'm not doing this for me, for my future demise or passing, which is a dark thought with 2 children in the room here. But I'm just saying, we're all owed a little bit of reflection. And that's about the end of the reflection for today. We got through reflection time. Marley, we got through reflection time. Hey, let me tell you what we did. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. We got through reflection time. We got through the advice column. And we got through the horoscope. Cool? Okay. Thanks for helping me out. Now we're going to go to the front section. Front section signs. Finishing up the read with the front section. You just gotta let the raspberries just kind of be a part of the soundtrack. You just don't even really hear them after a while. It's like, oh, it just sounds like white noise. A little bit more distracting than white noise, maybe. Child benefits may get a boost. Those who have children. Me included. Democratic plan will provide $3,000 per child to millions of families. You're going to be worth $3,000, and you're going to be worth $3,000. Actually, I see $3,600 under the age of 6. Oof! All right, guys, earn your keep around here. Size of the benefit would diminish for Americans earning more than $75K a year, as well as for couples jointly earning more than $150K. They'd be sent monthly beginning in July. The delay intended to give the IRS time to prepare for the massive new initiative. Okay. Well, more aid potentially coming to particularly parents here. Let's talk about, we have to see what the most recent drama is in the city of Philadelphia in terms of schools. Teachers don't have to be in their buildings. That's the front page line here, the front page headline. What does that mean? Philadelphia school teacher Marcina Tooney hasn't missed a day of work in years. But on Monday, Tony won't show up inside J.S. Jenks Academy for the Sciences and Arts in Chestnut Hill, where she teaches an autistic support class. She's one of thousands of teachers who plan to defy Superintendent William R. Hite Jr.'s order to report to buildings for the first time since March. Quote, "We are ready to show up and go to work. We are not ready to go into unsafe buildings. Sure, the autistic kids in your class are really going to benefit from your stance." Things were fluid until late Sunday night when city officials said teachers did not have to work from school buildings because an arbitrator will not rule before Monday morning. The district had previously threatened discipline for those who did not report to work. I don't know. I hate even commenting on this piece. This is too many different, too many different landmines in this story, frankly. Where of the pandemic, old buildings, and a long history of environmental problems inside city schools, our Philadelphia Federation of Teachers President Jerry Jordan. You know Jerry, right? Jerry's the one who wrote Not Bad. Jerry's the one who, is not really getting along too well with Hite right now. He goes, what do you say, Marley? What did Jerry have to say? So members to stay home or teach from parking lots or cars Monday. Protests will still go on despite the city order. Jordan on Sunday night called the city's decision a, quote, huge victory for the health and safety of Philadelphia's 13,000 educators and the students we serve. Here, play with your sister. You play with your sister. Hi. Jordan thinks it's a big win, Marley. He said he spoke to Height on Saturday and characterized the conversation as, quote, professional. The talk did not resolve any issues. People are really anxious, Jordan said. They're really frightened about going into buildings because of the history of school district maintenance, along with COVID-19. It is life or death. Parent Rachel Marcus wants her daughter back in her first grade classroom at C.W. Henry in Mount Airy, but believes now is not the time to send back staff and children. Okay. Quote, the teachers have done a really tremendous job of supporting our child or family, said Marcus. If I don't think now is the time to go back, I support them. I trust the teachers. Why will we stop trusting the teachers now? Marcus is helping organize support for Henry Teachers Monday. Coffee, places to charge batteries and use a restroom, and people to fix connectivity issues and shovel snow. We just want the teacher community to feel held like they have held us, said Marcus. Nice parent effort there to support the teachers. Yeah, you want to read more about that saga, again, go on Inquirer.com. There's a lot to take in there with what's going on in Philadelphia School District. Both angles. Both people have, I think, solid positions. Both camps. They have, reasonable, for the most part, solid positions to make their point from. So you make your own decision by getting educated on the issue. It's about to get crowded around Mars. Explorers from the United Arab Emirates, China, and the U.S. converge on the red planet. After hurtling hundreds of millions of miles through space since last summer, 3 robotic explorers are ready to hit the brakes at Mars. The stakes are sky high. The United Arab Emirates orbiter reaches Mars on Tuesday, followed less than 24 hours later by China's orbiter rover combo. NASA's rover, the Comet Caboose, will arrive on the scene a week later, on February 18th, to collect rocks for return to Earth. A key step in determining whether life ever existed on Mars. Mars is like a hotspot. It's a place to be. Right, guys? Mars is the place to be. Right, Mars? Oh, boy. UK variant spreading fast, study finds. Oh, boy. Strain is doubling its prevalence among confirmed U.S. cases every week and a half, early research shows. There's teachers and others who are being asked to come back. Sure, I'm not going to be encouraged by that news. And now we've reached the last portion of the read. We've made it. Tomorrow, perhaps a little bit more calmer, but we'll see. But anyway, today, we've made it to letters and op-eds. I'm going to kind of scan over the letters and op-eds, and as you know, from being a devoted fan, we got a new little feature called Today's Letter. Today's letter. Let's read who wrote letters into the Inquirer that were published today, and then we'll pick which one to read, and that'll be today's letter. Oh, I like this quietness. Everybody's quiet. Steve Keene, Huntington Valley. Gerrymandering appellate courts. Larry Sessler, Philadelphia. Same thing. Stephanie Schechner. Reverse course of vaccine debacle. And then Eugene Son, Senior Collaborations Editor, Resolve Philly. Send messages to those lost to COVID-19. I'm going to go with the vaccine debacle because we have been following that. So let's see what Stephanie Schechner out of Philly has to say. In our letter of the day, or today's letter. Works either way, really. Philadelphia is a national laughingstock with the Philly fighting COVID debacle. Our city council and mayor have not demonstrated leadership on COVID-19. Our city is lagging behind other cities around the country in rolling out the vaccine. Philadelphia has many working poor, African Americans, and immigrants who have been disproportionately affected by COVID due to systemic racism and an economic system that forces a choice between healthcare and food. We have many world-class medical centers full of professionals, and yet the city contracted with a startup run by a 22-year-old with no medical training. Philadelphia deserves better. We need mass vaccination centers now. We need to make sure that Mayor Jim Kenney and city council members quickly enact a citywide plan to distribute vaccines, administer tests, and execute contact tracing. With every day that goes by, lives are lost. Call Mayor Kenney and city council to demand that they do their job or resign. Stephanie, coming out swinging. So, in the op-eds, like the section of the paper of this section where there's larger takes, main op-eds of the day of these larger takes. One by George Will, twice weekly column on politics and domestic and foreign affairs, who began his column with the Washington Post in '74 and received a Pulitzer Prize for commentary in '77. Indoctrination as education in the worst governed state. It's like he's taking on Illinois here for some reason. I'll read the first paragraph, okay? Now I gotta go. The worst governed state, Illinois, had tripled the population loss of the state, with the second highest out-migration between 2010 and 2020, is contemplating another incentive for flight. On February 16th, the Joint Committee of the State Legislature will decide whether to turn into a legal requirement the State Board of Education's recommendation that would mandate that all public school teachers, quote, embrace and encourage progressive viewpoints and perspectives. If the board's policies are ratified, Illinois will become a place congenial only for parents who are comfortable consigning their education to... Okay. Sorry. I got turned around, twisted around. I didn't know where he was going with it. I'm not quite sure I care what's going on in Illinois right now. I got enough stuff going on at home. Like this. Hold cyber charters accountable. Susan Spica. Susan Spica is the executive director of Education Voters of PA. She's saying with school districts continue to face brutal struggles with increased mandated costs and reduced local revenues as a result of COVID-19, the pandemic has been a financial boon for cyber charters. Read this article. I'm not going to be able to read it now because I got to get my Gracie here ready for the bus. But go on, Susan Spica, hold cyber charters accountable, because I guarantee you what she's saying is spot on. Cyber charters are projected to receive more than $980 million in taxpayer-funded tuition payments in 2020, 2021. $980 million. You got to learn how these charters are funded. It's important that you learn. Yeah, I gotta save this to read this, but it's important that you learn how to use cyber charters. They're all funded by taxpayer money, but there's no accountability. I'm just saying that frankly. There's no school board. There's no meetings that they host to let the public know how it's going. We know of reports from many studies and outlets talking about the decreased achievement rates and test scores at cyber charters. But again, they can spend, here we go, nearly $1,000 per student on advertising in 2019. Cyber charters. $1,000 per student on advertising in 2019. That's your money. That's taxpayer dollars going towards advertising campaigns to get people out of taxpayer-funded schools. And every dollar that comes out of a public school to go to a cyber charter can't be invested, obviously, back into the school, the public school system. I'm just saying. Learn a little bit about it. And with that request, I'm going to call it a day. I'll be tweeting throughout the day as I do. Keeping you posted on some news here and there. Some quick hits. But until another full read tomorrow around the same time, I appreciate your patience today. I appreciate you joining me. Okay, and Marley and me say goodbye. Have a great day.